Hey y'all.
Front of a live studio audience.
Okay, let y'all get up in here. I'm gonna go ahead, get my little like, comment, and share banner loop going so y'all can get in here. Make sure you like the video on your way in. Okay, go ahead, like this video. I'm gonna give y'all a second to get in here, and we're gonna get into Love and Marriage DC, the show I didn't think I was gonna watch, and now I'm watching it, and I'm almost enjoying it. So we definitely gonna get into it. All right, so let me give y'all a second. Like the video on your way in. All right, y'all. Make sure you like it on your way in. Hey, 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 hey. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Ooh.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, y'all, it's Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Like the video. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Love and Marriage DC. So I didn't think I was gonna watch it, and so I saw Really BTV. She was on her live, and I was like, "Is it any good? Should I go watch it?" And she was like, "Yes, go watch it." So of course I went, watched it, and I actually enjoyed it. So I said, "You know what? Let's go ahead and review it." I didn't think I was gonna like. I didn't, y'all. I really did. I wasn't here for it. I wasn't gonna be here for it at all. But I feel like the new cast switch up might make a difference. Y'all know I don't really see it for Monique like that, so maybe that's why I was so turned off last season. Okay, and I said I was gonna watch it because I really, Winter's my girl. Okay, I feel like I see a part of me in Winter with her, being authentic and just, speaking her truth and not backing down and all that good stuff. So I was a little disappointed that she wasn't in this first episode, but the storm is coming. Okay, so she should be in the next episode, and I can't wait to see her back on the screen. Okay, um, child, I don't know why this relationship. I said this relationship. I don't know why this episode started with this recap of Monique and Chris, because I'm just saying they're not on the show anymore. So what was the purpose? Why are we recapping, their, I guess, turmoil of a marriage that Monique was lying about trying to get out of? Okay. We know what it is, okay? Because they made perfect sense of them not being together. You said you think Big Jamie is fine. Monique, hey Monique, you said first episode was great. I enjoyed the first episode. Let's just go ahead, okay? So Love and Marriage DC season 2, episode 1. Like I said, I don't know why we need the Chris and Monique recap, but they gave it to us anyway, so we had to watch it. I really like Ashley's confessional look. The thing is about her confessional look is that, Ashley, has she always had all the body? I feel like everything was on display. I didn't realize she was as thick as she was. And I was like, okay, Ashley, I see you, sis. I see you. Okay. Now, she is so shady, y'all. She's already said that her and Arena have to develop a good friendship without the D, okay? Because she ain't getting a D from her or a D from her, Jamie. And I said, here we go with Ashley going ahead and being messy. Girl, why you going to say that she ain't getting no D from Jamie? You don't know what her and Jamie be doing. They could have spiced it up. Last time we checked, they was spicing it up, okay? DJ Quick is at the DJ Quick is at his job, and they start talking about the rumors of Monique and Chris separating or getting a divorce. Okay, Quick was sitting there like, I don't understand. Why would they not tell me this beforehand? Like, I really know these people. Like, I don't want to find out on air like everybody else. And I'm like, well, they didn't care enough to call you and tell you, so I guess you're gonna find out on air like everybody else. Okay. Now, he says that he don't believe it. We talking about Quick, okay? Quick says he doesn't believe it. Now, Arena is telling Ashley that Monique and Chris don't live in the same house together, and they basically out here doing them, and it's definitely that they getting separated. And I said, I knew Monique was out here lying. I knew she was out here lying, trying to make it seem like we not getting set, we not separated. Girl, everyone's definition is different. No, it's not. Separation is separation. We already know what's up. You try to do damage control and it did not work out for you. Okay. Now, Quick is still out here working hard, okay? And Ashley's like, I'm done arguing with him. If he wants to work himself until he can't work no more, then go ahead and be my guest. This is what happens when you start to get your own life and you start to do things for yourself and you start to boss up and you realize, you know what? If that man gonna want to go do with that, when you get you some business, let him go. And I'm gonna tell you this: Quick better sharpen up real quick because Ashley, she getting her some business. And she's going to she let the right person come and show her a good old time. And he gonna lose his wife. He gonna lose his wife. I'm telling you. He better realize what he got. He got him a beautiful woman who's all about him and didn't want nothing but to be with him. And now that she out here, doing her own thing, he gonna mess around and miss out on something great. I'm telling you, okay? Now, so now Jamie and Chris are talking about what's going on between Monique and Chris, okay? Jamie, now this is what I'm saying. Jamie said that he hasn't seen anything and he hasn't seen anything that alarms him. So he don't think that they really separated. I said, how, Jamie? Ain't you married to Arena? And didn't Arena just tell Ashley that Monique and Chris was living in two different houses? So what you talking about? You don't see something that's alarming. I'm really trying to figure out. You can't tell me that your wife knows that they living in two different apartments and you over here having conversations like, I don't know anything. It's a lie. Okay, you and Arena definitely was having pillow talk because that's not something that you just leave out. You know what's up, but you're not gonna put it out there. I respect you for that, but too late. Your wife already said it, and Monique and Chris up here holding hands, denying it. But we all know what was up. Okay. So that's just that on that. I'm glad that we got that out the way with this whole Monique and Chris situation. They trying to act like they not doing what they doing, and we already know what's happening between them. Okay. Now Jamie and Arena are giving Jason a going away party, y'all, and I was so happy for him. And let me tell you something. No shade to little Jamie at all, but it got to be something to see your baby brother who has a disability go ahead and living his life to the fullest, okay? And I'm talking about going to do great and amazing things about to be out on his own, and he is blind, okay? And younger than you. It has to be something in you that feels some type of way, because I know if that was me, I would be feeling some type of way like, dang. You got to do better, little Jamie. You got to do a lot better, okay? So we come to find out that Big Jamie not talking to little Jamie right now, okay? We thought everything was good, but it kind of went a little bad over a speeding ticket because Jamie said that he was going to get him a job, okay? So little Jamie went apply for the job, and it was supposed to be a sure thing, but because he has a background and he has a felony charge, he can't get the job. It could have been a sure thing if he didn't have a felony. Now, this is my thing. At first, I was like, why would you tell him to apply for a job where we know they do background checks and stuff like that? It's kind of not really a sure thing. But when I started hearing that boy in the balcony talk about how he don't want to do security and all that other stuff, I was like, no. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't get a chance to choose what you too good to do when you're not doing nothing. But we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, okay? I'm not feeling Big Jamie. He is a refined street DC dude. I'm just saying, I'm a DC born and raised girl. I cried during Jason's party, so trust me. Yeah. But that's the thing. I'm not a big Jamie fan either. I feel like he lacks empathy and I think like sympathy, and he's really not in touch with his emotions. But I mean, maybe I think the disconnect comes with little Big Jamie more so than Jason, because he shows a lot of affection towards his younger son. I don't know. Okay. So then we get introduced to Joy and Clifton from Ready to Love. And y'all know I really didn't see it for Joy and Clifton. But when I tell you, baby, that I cannot deny that them two are so freaking cute together, I will be lying and I will be a hater if I say that I don't think that they really love each other and they make a perfect couple, okay? Because they definitely make a perfect couple. I mean, the way they was playing on that bed, the way they was playing on that bed and everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all, how about I just miss over that part? Because I definitely wrote it down. Jamie, why did this is what I'm saying about people playing in our faces for TV. So you mean to tell me Quick didn't know that Big Jamie was a cop? How long did you really know this man? Because last time I checked, y'all was supposed to know each other. You mean to tell me you didn't know he was a cop? What did you think he did? Where did you think he got his money from? Party promoting? If you say so. Because I'm like, everybody and their mama, the internet figured it out in 2.5 seconds. It was episode 2, and they was like, he's a cop, he's a detective, he's a cop, he's a detective. And Quick sitting there and talk about some, I ain't know that. Bro, get out of here. Don't play with me. Okay. But back to Clifton and Joy, I can't deny that they are really, really cute. Okay. Clifton got his little beard game going on, and he said it's doing well. They're moving into a home together. And y'all, that's a nice home. Y'all saw the home? I was like, that's a nice home. They must got money. I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting here. The only thing about Joy and Clifton, if they would not have did what they did to Dakia, I would be 110% on their side. But I gotta get them a 90. I gotta get them 90% because I feel like they really tried to play my girl, and I ain't like that. Okay. He talks about how him having 2 kids and he's wondering how she's adjusting. She said that she knew it was a package deal when she got with him, and the family is family. I said, it's so cute. It's so cute. Y'all, I wonder if they're going to give them like a marriage special. Okay, you said you're watching Joy. I'm watching Joy, and I'm watching Joy because I want to see Joy's real personality. Okay, because Joy, when she did her interviews for her Ready to Love stuff, she started talking a lot about like they only showed this side of me. That's not all of me. So I know she got a little snap in her, and baby, I'm ready to see it, and I know who's going to bring it out. It's either going to be Ashley or it's going to be Winter. One of them going to bring out her snap, and I'm curious to see what it looked like. Okay. Okay, so Ashley done bossed up and promoted her nanny to her now business assistant. Okay, Quick is happy that Angela is back because he finally because this the y'all child. Did y'all not catch what he said? He happy that Angela is back because now she could be there to help Ashley and support her with her emotions and stuff like that since he can't be there. This is what I'm saying. When that man is going to lose his wife. Okay, I am telling you, if he does not straighten up, he is going to lose his wife. How are you happy that someone else is coming in to support your wife and help her with her emotions when she married you and that's part of your job as a husband? Child, I'm telling you, Ashley done got her some business. Don't be surprised. Quick, you better open your eyes and see what's right in front of you because it's no way you can sit there and say that comfortably. There's no way you should be able to sit there and say that comfortably. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like this video, okay? So they start talking about their son. Now their son is 14 years old. He just started high school. And she basically doesn't want him to feel like she's not there for him. Okay. They get into this big debate because she was talking about how she has to get up super early to wake him up for school. And Quick is like really upset, like that's a you problem. You shouldn't have to get up. He's old enough to get himself up and let him miss school a couple of times and then he'll get it. Now, here's the thing. I can see where both of them are coming from. But when kids get to high school, they have to start learning that their own independence. Now, I'm not saying let your child oversleep on purpose, but what I'm saying is you have to give them that sense of responsibility. I'm sure that 14-year-old boy got a cell phone. Put your alarm on the cell phone, and when the alarm go off, you get up. Okay. Now I can see every now and then and again you got to get up because he overslept. Y'all had a late night. Things happen. Blah 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 blah. Get it. But when you get into high school, you have to have some type of responsibility. You have to have some type of responsibility, and waking yourself up is not a hard one. Now, if she wants to get up and make him breakfast and see him out the door because that's her baby and she love him, I'm all here for that. But we can't coddle the kids because he only got 4 years before he enters college, and you're not gonna be you're not gonna be able to be in the dorm room with him, waking him up for school. And then when he start working, you're not going to be the one waking him up for work. He has to start learning now. I'm sorry, I have to agree with Quick when it comes to he's old enough to wake up himself. Now, I'm not saying give him to the world like you on your own now. No, nobody's saying all of that. Okay, of course, sometimes you're gonna have to get up and be like, that boy's still in the bed. Get up, get up, get up. You know what I mean? But he's old enough now where he should start getting that sense of responsibility where he has to wake himself up to get ready for school. Because unfortunately, as much as we want to shelter our kids from the real world will happen. And you're not going to always be there. So you have to give them some sense of, freedom to, get it together. That's the only thing that I didn't like about it. And I feel like they're both working from their own traumas. Okay. She's working from her trauma of her mom not being there, and he's working from his trauma of 14 is too old to wake him up. I agree. She's working from the trauma of her mom not being there, and he's working from the trauma of his mom not being there ultimately, but from two different points in life. And I really feel bad because they really saying the same thing, but if they could come to a common ground, then they can understand where each other's coming from. Ashley, you could still make your baby breakfast, okay? You could still send him off to school or however you want to do it. But he has to learn how to wake up on his own. When he gets in college, okay, and he got these classes and stuff like that, there is no way what you gonna do? Call him at home? Are you up for school every day? You gotta no. We can't do it. I'm sorry. 14 is old enough to get up. You in high school. You in high school now. When I got to high school, they told us that we didn't have recess anymore. Do you want to know why they said we don't have recess in high school? Because you get a lunch break like in the real world. In the real world, when you go to work, you don't get to go outside and have recess. You go, you eat your lunch, and then you clock back in and you go to work. So high school is to prepare you for the real world. And part of that is waking yourself up for school in the morning. I'm just saying. I don't see how we not understanding why she's still. I don't understand why she's still waking him up at 14. Now I can see if they had a long night and they was out and she was like, he's tired. I'll wake him up in the morning. I get it, but not every day. Nope, not every day. Okay, but of course, Quick can't finish the conversation because he got to get up and go to work. I'm like, that daggone Quick, you don't even see it. I don't know how he don't see that his wife is slipping away. The one thing that I was always told, and one thing that I know to be true, is that when a woman stops caring, when a woman stops nagging you about certain stuff because she wants the best for you, that means she don't care no more. And that should be ding, 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 a light bulb going off in your head saying, I got to get my ish together because she don't care no more. And that's ultimately what it's looking like. Now, I'm not saying she don't love her husband and stuff like that, but I feel like, she's becoming her own independent woman. And remember last season, she was struggling with that. Now, when she finds her identity, and she realized that she don't really need him because he's not there emotionally, because he's not there to help with the kids, because he's not there for, all these things. She's going to realize, why are you even here? You're not helping me with these kids. You can't be supportive of me. You can't be there for me emotionally because you went and got the daggone nanny because you're so happy that the nanny is back to support her emotionally. Sir, no. Quick, listen to me, bro. Pull it together because Ashley is a good woman for you and you don't want to lose her. Okay. Now, Arena's confessional look is cute too. One thing about the ladies on DC is that they all are really, really well put together. Okay. Them girls come in slaying. And I mean, like, literally all of them. They always look so well put together. And I like that for them. Okay. You know how usually when you start watching TV, everybody look a little dusty, just a little dusty. Like, they don't look like they got money. They just look, you know what I mean. But from season 1 to now, they still look like they got it together, and I'm here for the black excellence of it all. Okay, because they are very beautiful women. They always dress nice. They always look good, and that's the one thing that I could appreciate about this cast. The hair is always on point, because y'all know some of these girls being with these wigs, you be like, "Who child? What's happening?" Okay, so I appreciate that for them. I appreciate that from them. Now. So now we get. So now, okay. So now Arena is getting the penthouse decked out for Jason's party, okay? Which is catered by her sister, by the way, because she had to plug that in there, okay? And when Jason came into that party and he was like, hey, y'all, when I tell you my heart was smiling, my heart was smiling. And to see being blind is a hard disability because you can't see. It's a hard disability. Like, I've seen people who don't really have, access to their hands, they use their feet and things like that. And I've seen people, who are deaf and they can see and they can sign, but not being able to see is something really hard to live with on a day-to-day basis, because I don't even know, I'm sure they have, like, surgeries that they can fix and things like that. But I don't know how like how he feels every day not being able to see. And when he came in there and just gave so much love and energy and happiness, it's like, who, baby? Never take nothing for granted, because if he can have all this joy and he's ready to go into this world that he can't even see, I don't want to hear excuses from nobody. From nobody. And you could tell that they take really good care of him. And Arena, I feel so sad for Arena because she really been there with that boy from day one to now, and to actually have him leave and not be able to be there when he not knowing what the world around him is, saying and whispering and looking at around him, not being able to protect him, not being able to be his eyes. That has to be hard when you have been his eyes for years, and now you have to just trust that you did everything that you could for him to be able to see to succeed on his own. I couldn't. Child, have been like, no, I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you, Jason. I know you said you want to be alone, but I don't feel like you ready. I don't feel like you ready, okay? Of course, Joy. So Joy tells them that she's speaking at a single moms event for the Ready to Love portion. Okay, Ashley said, but you ain't nobody's mom. And I said, exactly. See, this is what I'm saying about they just be letting people just do whatever they want to do. Why is Joy talking to single moms about being ready for love? I understand that you was on Ready to Love and you found your love in the process, but baby, you don't even have no kids. Do you even know what the experience of being a single mom dating is? Like, I'm gonna have to side with Ashley on this, because there's no way in the world that you can have you have kids. You have to figure out when's the right time to bring a man around. You have to figure out the schedule of when you could be away from your kids, and if somebody's going to be able to watch them, and all the things are the things that go into actually being a single mom and dating. I don't feel like she should be speaking at this event. Sorry, Joy, but no, I don't need you to come talk to me. Like, that's like, I'm not going to get. Wasn't y'all the same ones in there talking about some? I'm not getting marriage advice from someone who ain't married. How we gonna get marriage advice for someone who's divorced? Remember they was going in on Winter. So it don't make sense to me. I don't want that. Okay, it's just that Ashley has a way about saying it. But let me tell you about Clifton. You ain't gonna say nothing about his girl. You ain't gonna make his girlfriend no type of way because Clifton jumped right up in there. He said, either way, you gonna do good, boo. Either way. I said, if it ain't one thing about that daggone Clifton, he gonna make sure that Joy good, even if that means lying on the kid. He gonna make sure that Joy is good. Right. Like, girl, I don't want your advice. I'm sorry. But if it's not her fault. If they asked her to do it and she agreed to do it, then hey, I guess she was on Ready to Love and she was ready to love. So now she could go speak to some single moms about being ready to love. If that makes sense, then I guess that makes sense. I'm still mad at Joy for being so mean to that lady at the reunion. Me too. Me too, but I'm trying to, clear the space. I said I'm giving her a 90. I'm giving her 90, okay? Instead of 110, I'm giving her 90. That's the 10% that, she was acting up during the reunion, and then the other 10% for some of the interviews that I ain't like, okay? So until she win me all the way back over, I'm still got my eye on you, sis, and I'm still side-eyeing you. Still, okay? So anyway, um Joy and Clifton in the confessional house. I just want them to congratulate without the hate. Child, no one. It's not hate. It's reality. It's facts. That's not hate. People always want to say that when you speaking the truth, that is hate. No, baby, it don't make sense for a woman who has no kids to talk to single moms about dating. It don't make sense. Joy and Clifton treated the kid like a dog at that reunion. They sure did. And I ain't gonna let them forget it yet because I ain't ready to. I haven't come to terms with it yet. Okay. She's been at almost stepmom for all of 2 seconds. Exactly. Not an almost stepmom. Not for 2 seconds. Exactly. He still got to ask her how she adjusting. Now, that's the conversation that you will talk about. How adjusting to being a bonus mom? How is it adjusting to dating men with kids? Let's go talk about that. See, that's the conversation that you can insert yourself in. Child, we just take any jobs. They offer a job, we take it. That's how it feels, okay? I will say that they sitting around, they looking. Ashley's Monique's not there. I just really thought she would be here. Why did y'all think she would be there? You knew she wasn't gonna be there because she don't want to face the world and let everyone know that her and Chris is getting divorced, okay? So that's why they chose not to do this season. Let's keep it 100. That's why they chose not to do this season, okay? Um, Lord Jamie's still not there. And that's another thing that bothers me a little bit because this is a wonderful occasion. Okay. Jason got all this energy. Everybody is having a great time. Everybody's enjoying each other and everything like that. And y'all sitting in the corner talking about Lord Jamie and how he said y'all ain't do nothing for him and all these other things and he better show up. I can understand that y'all want him to show up, but you need to focus on Jason. Let's keep the focus on Jason and let's not, bring up this bad energy because that's exactly what it's going to be, bad energy. Okay, that painting thing when he get to like shave it off and he could feel it, it was so cute. It was just so nice. I enjoyed it. I really love me some Jason, y'all. I do. I just feel like his energy is unmatched. It's so unmatched, especially with the cards that he was dealt in life. Okay, so when Arena broke down, when they had said they toast and everything like that, I felt it. Like she can't protect him, and I know she wants to because as much as I want to protect my daughter, I could imagine how much she want to protect her son, especially because of his disability. Okay, Big Jamie, little Jamie came in, and he said his he spoke to his brother and he told him, don't be like me. Don't be like me. And I'm just sitting here like, you gotta do better. Like it hurts me so bad for little Jamie, y'all. Because this takes me back to that conversation that Ashley was having with Quick. And he was saying, like, he don't want his son to turn into like little Jamie almost, like an entitled child, not just a spoiled child, but an entitled child. And I really understand that. And I feel like they did a disservice to him because he really feels like the world should be handed to him on a platter. And I'm just trying to understand, why is his life, why did his life become so hard? What happened in your life that you decided to go down this road? It seemed like you had two, parents, although your father may be strict or maybe emotionally unavailable. I don't feel like they were bad parents. I just don't see it. And I'm trying to figure out, where did they go wrong with little Jamie? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. And this is a prime example of how kids will make their own decisions no matter where they come from. Because I'm sure he wasn't living in the hood. I'm sure he wasn't, exposed to that. I don't know. Little Jamie appears to need therapy. He's broken. He is broken, but I want to know from what. It's something that it's something we're not being told. It's something missing. And when he really comes out and speaks his truth, then I guess it will all make sense. But there's a disconnect between him and his parents that is extremely real. Extremely real. So now that they done say all that, congratulations and everything to Jason, Big J want to go talk to little Jamie. He used to bring him outside and he want to know like what's going on. What I saw in this scene, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt like Big Jamie was hurt. I felt like he was hurt because he said to him, how come everyone knew you didn't get the job except for me? Like he wanted his son to come to him and tell him like he didn't get the job, this, that, and the other. And he said, he was like, and then he was like, still no, because you're gonna make it seem like I can't do this, that, and the other. And he was like, but you didn't come to me. Everyone knew except for me. And he said, and when you told me what I say, it's cool. We going to get something else. Then he tried to get him a security job, and he don't want to do security. Why? Why don't you want to do security? So it's not like you got many options. And when he sat there and said, oh, that's why I'm gonna be with my girl because she holds me down, that's a slap in the face to his parents. He was like, I could have asked grandma for it and grandma would have gave it to me, but I chose not to ask her. I chose to ask you. And I'm sitting here like, so he's supposed to take pride in the fact that you chose it. You are 20. How old is he? 26? You're a 26-year-old man. And you got the nerve to say that your girlfriend holding you down. That statement alone triggered me. Who was the girlfriend? Why is you over there holding it down like that? He give you money, this, that, and the other. You pay your probation, all because of a speeding ticket that you felt like he should have paid. Entitled. But entitlement goes both ways with parents and children. Growing as an adult, I realized what entitled parents sometimes could feel like. So it's like, nah, not yet. Like, I take care of you when I gotta take care of you. I don't want to take care of you right now. But little Jamie definitely feels entitled because it's one thing, like he's little. You gotta help yourself. How do you expect me to give you money for a ticket just because I'm your father and I'm supposed to do that for you? But yet and still, I ask you, I try to get you a job to help you, and you don't want to do that. But I'm still supposed to come out my pockets to help you. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. It's not like he tried to get you a job at the McDonald's and you like, I don't want to work at the McDonald's. Security, you go get you a little Soro license. You make a decent little buck, even if it's not a lot. It's enough for you to pay that speeding ticket. It's enough for you not to have your girl hold you down. what I really think what happened, and it makes sense now. Big Jamie was an officer of the law, and I think anytime Looney Jamie would get in trouble, he would cover it up. I agree. I don't see why he wouldn't, because that's what a parent would do. Child, we don't see parents defend their kids that be doing the most. So I'm pretty sure he was covering for him. But I really feel like is he's I think everybody's so focused on little Jamie that they're not really realizing how hurt big Jamie is, because he doesn't have that connection with his son. And I was one of those people, but after watching the interaction between them, and it feels like he was like he wanted his son to reach out to him, and then he still tried to get him another job. And it's like, I'm trying to help you, son. I just want you to be a man. You're 26 years old. You're 26 years old. I can't do this for you forever. You said, but Big Jamie guaranteed him a job and it wasn't guaranteed. He felt set up for failure. So you think so? I want to, and I want to really, I really. Do you really think that he set him up? Do you think that he knew that they was going to do a background check? Because all jobs don't do background checks. Do you think that he knew that? Because if he knew that, then it's like, why would you? Yeah, why would you tell him to do that? But it seemed like he missed that part. It's like, oh, I'm gonna talk to my friend, ask them, can they get you in? They say, yeah, you go apply. But yeah, I forgot you got to get a background check. You know what I mean? Like, I can see how that can be something to just not think about in the process. Or like even some jobs, you know how you go to a job and you go for an interview, and then they turn around and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we do drug tests, and you like, oh shit. Knowing that you was out there hitting the blunt the day before, and you probably shouldn't have did that, and now you might miss out on the job. You know what I mean? I feel like it could have been something overlooked. Would you think that so y'all think that little Jamie feels like his father set him up on purpose? Not intentionally, but that's what happened. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was intentionally. I think it's probably something that he didn't really think too much about. Or maybe he thought that the background check wouldn't be so intense. Because certain background checks only look for certain things. I don't know how all that stuff worked, thank God. But because, all right, so for instance, right, when I had to go apply for my pharmacy license, they asked me had I had any like felonies or anything like that or whatever. And I'm like, no, this, that, and other. And they basically put my license on hold. Like, I couldn't get my license because I had been arrested and taken to court, right? Even though the judge even though they dismissed my case, it was still in the system, and it came back on that background check for my board license for pharmacy, for the state license for pharmacy, right? So therefore, I couldn't. They wasn't going to let me get my license. I got a letter from the courts, give it to them, this, that, and other. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you don't really know what they looking for, because that was dismissed, but it still popped up. So it could have been one of those situations. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it, because I don't feel like if he knew for a fact that he wouldn't get the job, I don't see why he would send him out there to get it. While little Jamie ain't out here looking for, exactly. He's not even out here looking for his own job. And then I was thinking about it, like, can he even be a security officer with felonies? Can you do that? I don't know if you could do that. I think you should give this season a chance. Give it a chance. It seemed pretty good. We'll have to. I wasn't going to watch it either, but I'm here. I'm here, and I enjoyed it. Okay. Um, little Jamie called Big Jamie a fool, and I said, "Child, is he really calling him a fool if he's just using that as a word? Like, it's just." Their relationship, I really feel really bad. And Big Jamie said that he gives him $100 a week. He's still taking care of him, even though his girlfriend holds him down. He's entitled. when he made that statement about giving your kids everything that you didn't have, because he said that he came from where, he didn't have a lot. So when he got, his own kids, he gave them everything. And they became spoiled and entitled. And that's a real thing. And I can understand that because I'm at that point where I didn't have nothing growing up. My mother had 4 kids on Section 8, welfare, all that, all that. Okay. And so now at this point in my life, I give my daughter everything, want and need. And I know at some point it is going to backfire just a little bit. Because even sometimes when I tell her no, and she puts this look on her face and she, gets a little attitude or whatever, and then I start yelling, like, that's what I'm saying. All the times I say yes to you and you act like this, and then I still turn around and do it. It's like one of those things. It's like we shooting ourselves in the foot because we want to do better for our children, not realizing that we are causing these kids to really have a sense of entitlement, a sense of like spoiledness and brattiness about them, and that they're not going to be able to comprehend when they get into the real world. Yes, because he would have to be an unarmed security guard. And they make, how much do unarmed security guards make? Don't they make like, I don't know. I think I'm trying to think, I think I had a friend who did security at one point, but that was years ago. And it was like $16, $17 an hour. It's probably more now because the way like the wages of everything is. So I would assume maybe more than that. I mean, it's decent enough for you to be able to start getting on your feet. 10 to 12. Oh, child. I ain't make $12 in a long time. Even in 2023. Let me tell y'all, when I first started my job back in 2000, I've had 2 jobs in my whole life, y'all. I had my first job at Dunkin' Donuts, okay? It was my first job at Dunkin' Donuts. I worked there for a year and a half. And then after Dunkin' Donuts, I went to my job where I'm at now. And I started as a beauty advisor. And I worked my way all the way up now to a store manager. But when I first got promoted, they they gave me $12.50. But then I had to think about when I first started working, my salary, but not my salary, but my hourly wage was $8.25 as a 19-year-old girl. That's how much I was making. $8.25. Okay. When I had my daughter at 23, I was making like $13 an hour. But we was living in a different time. It wasn't like it is now. It wasn't like it is now. But you got to do something. You got to do something. You got a felony, sir. The world is not at your hands. Unfortunately, the world is not going to be in your hand unless you go out and make it yours. Because you messed it up. They can't give it to you no more. You see how you literally had a job that was guaranteed because you got to connect, but now you can't even get it because of yourself. 26 years old. Stop giving him that $100 a week. I bet you he'd go ahead and find him a little job. Or his girlfriend gonna continue to hold him down. Or he just gonna keep calling his grandmother and she gonna give it to him whenever he asks for it. Child, we not doing these kids no justice. I understand Lil Jamie's frustration. It is, I went through the same things in my 20s. You went through the same thing in your 20s. He better get an OnlyFans shot. He better get over here on the YouTube. They cut you a check once a month. And that's another thing. We in a society now where money is literally at the tip of your fingers. Like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, just having a social media page itself can make you money. Ain't no excuses to be broke in 2023. I'm just saying, Uber. Child, you could go ahead and Uber people. You can do DoorDash. Ain't no reason to be broke. My brother went through a no job phase and not from lack of trying. So depressing. I get it. I get it, but nowadays, even the lack of a job is so many. Like I just said, you don't have all you gotta do for child. Do you not know that you could get the Uber Eats and you could they could get on the bike. You ever order your food and they be like such and such is on their way on a bike? Child, you could ride a bike. You ain't even gotta have a car. It's money out here to be made, baby. You got to put your pride aside and just get to work. And eventually you could get where you want to be, but you got to start somewhere. Uber do background checks too? Oh, shoot. Dang. That sucks because, like, that one mistake changes a lot of things. So I hope Jason really heard him what he said. Don't make the same mistakes I made. I really hope he really understood that. Because, baby, it's hard out here. And I think that's why he was breaking down in the hallway crying. I think he really had a moment of self reflection where it was, I'm a failure. Everybody's disappointed in me. I'm a burden to everyone. They're laughing at me behind my back. I'm 26 years old. My father has to give me $100 a week. I can't pay my parking ticket. My disabled brother is going off to live his best life ever. And I have nothing going for myself. And I think that was part of the crying that was in the hallway when he was sitting there on the floor. I really feel for him because he felt defeated. He felt defeated. It's time to get him into some therapy. And I think that we got to find a better approach. And I don't know what that approach is because I never had to deal with it. And you could tell that his mother and his father don't know what that approach is either. But maybe they need some family therapy or something because I don't want him to spiral. He really looked at that point where it hit him. When that self-reflection, especially when you feel like you no good, they got to step in because that was a cry out for help. If that boy ain't never cry out for help before, I feel like that's a cry out for help. I've seen him, attitude, the entitlement, the brattiness and all that stuff. That him on that floor in that hallway was a cry for help. I don't know what kind of help to give him, but I hope they figure it out. I hope they figure it out because he needs real, genuine love. And I'm not saying they don't really love him, but he needs to have I think he needs his father to put his arms around him and embrace him. And really talk to him, not yell at him, not scream at him, because I understand that Jamie is his persona, is tough. So I think he really needs to drop that. That's your son. Put all that ish to the side, and I mean, really step in and be a dad. Figure out what's going on in his brain. What can we do to get past this? All the mistakes that we made got us here now. But what can we do moving forward so that you become a better man for yourself and for your future family? We got to listen to those cries for help. So many young folks self-eliminate where they don't know what else to do. That's what I'm saying. That was a cry for help. And unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna go sour. Like it's gonna go. The hallway scene next week look like it's going to go from I need compassion to you making me angry. And I don't want little Jamie to spiral. But I don't know what the solution is either. I ain't got the answer, so I can't tell y'all. But I hope that by the end of this season we figure it out. I hope we make some progress because they seem to have been going in a good direction. I'm glad they showed us this real. You know what? I am too, because this is a lot of young Black men. His situation is a lot of young Black men who've made mistakes in their life, and it's hard for them to bounce back, and they don't really know what to do, and they don't know how to come back from. I think that he needs to go talk to the guys that used to be on the block that now, reformed, and they got themselves together. He might need some type of mentorship, like some real. And I'm not even his father, because I don't think his father could do it, because sometimes, it sounds, this sounds funny, but sometimes hearing the same thing from somebody else makes a bigger difference, because it's like your it's like your father could tell you something, and then your husband could tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? And you be like, you probably listen to one versus the other. You get what I'm saying? I think he needs to hear the background stories from someone else that could really put their hands and get involved and tell them the tricks and stuff to get around the system. Because baby, there's always a way around the system. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a way. And he needs to get in contact with those people who understand what it feels like to be at the bottom when the world's against you, literally, because you've made mistakes in your past. And he needs someone, and not his father, but a real mentor. Yeah, most folks I know with a record can't get work. It's a reality. It is a reality. And that's why I feel like I really hope that they show us him coming up out of it. You said Jamie and Arena need to cuss Quick and Silver out. Why? Because they was trying to say they didn't want their kid to be like little Jamie. That's why. Quick said, I don't want my child to be like him. You think he's not listening to his dad because he's a cop? No. I think he's not listening to his dad because he feel like his dad wasn't there. A lot of men, especially from his generation, a lot of men lie on the application. You can't lie on a background check. But a lot of men, especially from his era, were the working fathers, where they were just working, and providing for their family. And the mothers were the nurturers, the caretakers, and all that stuff. So I think he didn't get to really have his father there. You know what I mean? Like, he was there, but he wasn't emotionally supportive. He probably was the one that was always checking him. Arena be like, he did this today. He go, why'd you do that? Why'd you talk to your mother like that? You better not do that no more. And then he go back about his business. Like, you got to have one parent that disciplines, and then the nurturing parent, and then the mom comes in there and comforts him. I feel like that's one of those things where his father was there, but he wasn't there. And remember Arena, when she was at the reunion, and she was talking about how, she had some sense of resentment towards Jamie because she put a lot of her life on hold and a lot of her things on pause and stuff like that, because she was taking care of the kids and he was never really there. And that's why I told y'all even then that you have to be very careful about the man that you pick to have children with, and you have to give them some of that responsibility. Us parenting is not you just us parenting, it does not you just make the money and I nurture the kids. You give baths too. You take them to the park too. You read them the bedtime story too. Like, you build that relationship, that bond, and he never did that with little Jamie. I do think that he had more time with Jason though. And I think that's why he was in that confessional crying about Jason. I think it was because he had more time to bond with Jason, because Jason had a disability that he had to be sympathetic to. Even though he still want him to go do what he want him to do. You know what I mean? But Big Jamie has his own issues. So when you got two men, because little Jamie, although he's his son, he's a man now. You got one man feeling like you was never there for me. You say you there for me, but just because you was handing me money, just because you was giving me stuff, don't mean you was there for me. And sometimes a lot of men confuse monetary with emotional. Like, well, I took care of you. Who bought you that? That's exactly what he started throwing out on that porch. Who paying for your car? Who feeding you? Who doing this? You know what I'm saying? But he's not there for him emotionally. This is why he didn't feel he was safe enough to even tell him that he didn't get the job that was supposed to be guaranteed. He don't know his father. That's the reality of it. He don't know his father. Plus, Lil Jamie was the first, so when the second one comes along, parents try to make it right after the first one. That's true. They try to undo those mistakes that they did, and it's not really their fault. It's just that they were first time parents. So you don't really know, you know. But I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode, and I feel like this season is definitely going to give us something. So I'm excited about it. I'm ready to see how all of this plays out. Winter's coming, so you know it's about to get messy. Okay, my girl Winter is coming back. It's going to get really messy out here, and I'm here for all of it, all of it. Okay, I'm here for all of it. It sucks because I'm an only child too. Yeah, it's. I just. I like that we get to see this, but it really does open your eyes to a lot of things. And when you hear so many different perspectives on how people view things, it just shows you how all screwed up we are. Because it's like no one has the answer. Some people say don't do nothing for them. Some people say you're not sympathetic enough. Some people say you need to do it. Like everybody got something. Like I don't know. Lil Jamie is Arena second. Oh, Lil Jamie's Arena second. I don't miss Chris and Monique at all. I knew Monique is pissed. Everyone is enjoying the episode without her because that's why nobody wanted to watch it last year because of her. Hey, that's why nobody wanted to watch it last year because of her. I was so happy when they said she wasn't coming back because I was like, "Ooh, child, maybe I give it a chance." Then they told me Joy Clifton, and I was like, "Ooh, child, I'm not watching that." But then I gave in and I watched it and I enjoyed it. So we going y'all know I drop a show in a second. So as soon as I feel like it's not getting what it's supposed to give, y'all won't see no more reviews from me. Okay. TTF What's that? Is that abbreviations for something? Child, y'all know I don't be done with nothing. Yeah, Raina has a daughter. Oh wow. I don't know, y'all, but it's a mess. But I am about to jump up off of here. And oh, it's about to be 9 o'clock. It's time for my workout. It's time for me to go work it out, work it out, work it out. And then what's tomorrow? Tuesday? Tomorrow's my late day. So I might not be up here tomorrow. I gotta go. I would be at work late. One thing I could say, it made me more independent and grow up fast. It made you more independent and grew up fast. But being an only child, you mean? Tell me if that's what you mean. I feel like my daughter is very independent, and she's the only child. She's 10. Um, And when I say she wakes herself up, because she's on the safety patrol. So she wakes up, she gets dressed, she makes her lunch, she packs it all up, and she comes in the room and she goes, Dad, you gotta take me to school. And then he goes to take her to school. And then she comes home and she gets herself together for dance class. Then she goes, Dad, you gotta take me to dance. Like she's very independent. Like, I don't know if that's the only child thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. And she do all that at 10. So that's why I don't understand why her 14-year-old still gotta get woken up for school in the morning. Because not this mother. Not this mother. Because you mess around with me, we all gonna be late. I can't get to work on time for nothing. Ask me the last time I've been to work on time. Can't even remember. You had a job at 14 because I wanted my own. My mom took me to get my work permit. I know that's right. Oh yeah, the safety patrol. She do the safety patrol, the morning announcements, the cheerleading, and she's in the gifted and talented, all that stuff. My baby, yeah, I'm bragging. for a little bit about my baby. And she almost had super honor roll, but she got a C in Spanish. She had an A in everything, literally everything except for Spanish. She got a C. I said, girl, I can't even blame you because I had a Spanish best friend in high school and she did all my Spanish tests. So that's the only reason why I passed. Child, and sometimes we was getting answers wrong. And I was like, girl, you sure you Spanish? Okay. We do it. Oh, is she very talkative too? She used to be when she was younger, but now she only talkative with her friends on the FaceTime. That's it. She don't want to talk to me. She don't need me unless she want to go get her hair done and nails done. Or she needs something. Child, entitled kids. I remember being on safety patrol too. I was the captain. Yeah. But that's just that on that, y'all. I'm gonna jump up off of here. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you did not check out my Ready to Love review, go check that out. Married at First Sight, go check that out. Maybe we'll do a Married at First Sight, Ready to Love live tomorrow, depending on what time I get off of work. But other than that, I'm off of here, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace.